Welcome, welcome. Stardew is the game of the day, and my green screen's not perfect, but it's working all right. So, hold on just a second. We're gonna see and fix that just a little bit more. Yeah, we're just gonna have to have that spot. So, Hayden, stay out from behind my green screen. Okay, so it looks like there's a little bit of white on my shoulder, but that's just because of my green screen not working perfectly. We'll just have to live with it. Yeah, so we're going to be playing a little bit of Stardew Valley today, and I am going to basically be starting one. When I first came in, that was one of the things that you can do. Like guy that's at the first, I loaded it up again, but anyway, maybe I'll re-splice in the video so that you can see it again. But anyways, so that's one of the little tricks you can do when playing Stardew Valley is you can push that on that guy and he loses his sunglasses and gets that look on his face. There's also a couple other things from the main menu that you can do. You can hit the leaves and it brings out these little things, and then eventually the Junimos show up and start waving at you. So, and then one more secret, you knock on the E and you get your alien friend. Okay, so anyways, this is Stardew Valley. It is a very fun game to play, and I'm going to show you guys what I do and how I play the game. I might be covering up a few different little things here and there, but hopefully not too much. So this little wrench is actually new to the game. It came in the 1.5 update. And we will be going there. In fact, we can go in there now. So the first thing that it gives is the community center bundles. You can have it on normal or remixed, which means that they switch up what's in the bundles. I never play remix, I always play normal, but that's because I got used to the normal bundles before they put in the remix possibility. Now the guarantee year one, as you can see when I scroll over it, it says ensures the traveling merchant sells a red cabbage seed sometime during the first year. That is important, and I do want that. I have completed the game completed the community center in the first year multiple times, and I would prefer being able to do so every single time. So we're going to click on that. I don't know if it guarantees that you can get a seed, because sometimes you'll miss the traveling merchant, and if you miss the traveling merchant, then maybe you'll miss that red cabbage seed, but I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, and then there's also mining rewards here. I don't really mess with those either. Spawn monsters on the farm, obviously that just makes it so that monsters spawn on your farm, much like the wild farm will do. But I am not interested in monster spawning on my farm. I like to be able to do things after dark, and it makes it really hard to do things like water your crops after dark if you're having to kill mobs. There's also in the mines the normal drops or a remixed drop. I don't know what the remixed drop does, other than it gives you some different rewards, like different things drop from the things in the mines. I would rather keep it normal because I'm kind of used to the drops that are there. Profit margin, it just makes it so you can increase the difficulty by making it so that profit margin is lower, so you don't get as much profit from your crops and things. multiplayer options. That's to add other people to the game, and it just is with the cabins and things, whether those starting cabins, how many starting cabins you have, and also nearby cabins. You can put starting cabins on, and it's not necessarily a bad idea. And in fact, if you start with the cabins, you can use them as storage throughout the game. Like, just go and store things in there. You can even move all the furniture out if you wanted and stick them in a bin or in a... Well, yeah, you could either throw them away or put them in a chest and keep them. And then you can put the cabins nearby or far away from each other. I usually put them far away from each other. However, if you're using them for storage, you might want them close together. And then you can put in a seed. This is a new feature that they added as well. It's just so that you can put a seed in. I always just play random seeds. It affects the different things like your luck and stuff with the game. So that's what it is. And we are the Roach. And our farm is the Roachia Farm. And our favorite thing is intellect. So there we go, and then we are going to do, you can have, there's 3 different cats and 3 different dogs. I usually pick a cat, and I think I'm going to go with the cat this time too. We're going to go with this one. Then I am extremely white, so I'm going to make myself extremely white. Although I have myself, I can look at my video here and see that maybe... No, I'm whiter than that. So we're going to go with extremely white because I'm a white boy. And then my hair is none of these really, but we'll figure something out. Well, that's kind of a little bit more pretty boy than I would care for, but we can go with that one. That one's pretty close to what I've got, other than this guy's got more hair than I do. Anyway, and then we go with shirts. Okay, so we're gonna go with the shirt that I like, that I normally wear. So we're gonna go with number 24. Oh no, the one 24 is 30, 36, 37? No, I still haven't hit it, so, well, maybe I did. Ah, there it was. It's 31. Okay. I don't think they changed that, but it just feels different. But anyway, and then accessories, I have a beard, but I do not have a mustache. However, they won't let me have just a beard and not a mustache. So we're gonna go with this one. It's pretty close to what I got. It just has a mustache as well, which I wish I could get rid of. But, and in real life, always would. I just don't like the way the hairs feel on my upper lip. And anyway, let's see. So eye color, I have blue eyes, light blue eyes. And so this is a little bit tricky getting this just right, because I think we need to go a little bit darker blue, and then we'll go more gray on that top slider, and click it over into, well, that's too light. That's probably just a little bit too dark, and we might need to go a little bit more green. Okay. Getting your eye color and stuff just right, it can be difficult because these slider bars, you have to click to move them, and a click can jump you pretty far. So that's probably good enough. Hair color, we are going with, I usually like somewhere right around 11, somewhere around the 11 range, but let's see, 10's probably good. Let's go with 11, and then I usually just fully saturate both of these. Yeah, that's good. And I like green pants. We'll go green, full saturation there. Okay, there we go. So we've got that all set up. We're going to do a standard farm, and we've got we've got Mr. Roach here, and he's going to go and play this game. So let's go. And this is the intro. This is Grandpa. And for my special grandson, I want you to have this sealed envelope. No, don't open it yet. Have patience. Now listen close. There will come a day when you feel crushed by the burden of modern life. And your bright spirit will fade before a growing emptiness. When that happens, my boy, you'll be ready for this gift. Now, let Grandpa rest. Poor Grandpa. Passed away, and more than 10 years later, all of a sudden I'm here. And I'm guessing I was somewhere around the teenage years because I happened to keep that letter. And now I'm somewhere in my 20s, and I'm working at Coca-Cola. That guy got terminated. Oh, there's a cowboy. Hey, cowboy. Alright, yep. Oh, that guy died. Poor guy. Alright, well, and here's me getting frustrated. As I can imagine it would be working. So JoJo Corporation is kind of like Walmart, and this must be like their corporate headquarters or something where you're working and you're trying to make a living, but you're getting frustrated, and then you remember the letter from Grandpa, and you decide, all right, today's the day I must open this. If you're reading this, you must be in dire need of a change. The same thing happened to me long ago. I'd lost sight of what mattered most in life, real connections with other people and nature. So I dropped everything and moved to the place I truly belong. I've enclosed the deed to that place, my pride and joy, the Roche Farm. It's located in Stardew Valley on the southern coast. It's the perfect place to start your new life. This was my most precious gift of all, and now it's yours. I know you'll honor the family name, my boy. Good luck. Love, Grandpa. Aw, thanks, Grandpa. P.S. If Lewis is still alive, say hi to the old guy for me, will you? Sure, Grandpa. So then I decided I'd leave my job. I finished out the winter, of course, because no one wants to start farming in the winter, of course. And saved up what I could, then took my trip on out to start Stardew Farms, or start my farm in Stardew Valley. So riding on the bus, well, we're almost there. Ah, here we are. Oh, it's Robin. Hello, you must be Roach. I'm Robin, the local carpenter. Mayor Lewis sent me here to fetch you and show you the way to your new home. He's there right now, tidying things up for your arrival. The farm's right over here, if you'll follow me. Alright, well, this place is a mess. This is the Roche Farm. Yeah, see, I'm freaking out. Absolute mess here. What's the matter? Sure, it's a bit overgrown, but there's some good soil underneath that mess. With a little dedication, you'll have it cleaned up in no time. She's got kind of a soft voice, but for Carpenter, I mean, that's quite a soft voice, actually. And here we are, your new home. Oh, here's Lewis. Hi, the new farmer. Welcome, I'm Lewis Mayer of Pelican Town. You know, everyone's been asking about you. It's not every day that someone new moves in. It's quite a big deal. Oh, by the way, Grandpa says, hi, Lewis. So you're moving into your grandfather's old cottage. It's a good house, very rustic. Rustic? That's one way to put it. Rusty might be a little more apt, though. Rude! Don't listen to her, Roach. She's just trying to make you dissatisfied so that you buy one of her house upgrades. That was probably a little deep for her. I'll have to work on my voices. Anyway, you must be tired from the long journey. You should get some rest. Tomorrow, you ought to explore the town a bit and introduce yourself. I think we probably can do that, Mr. Lewis. The townspeople would appreciate that. Oh, I almost forgot. If you have anything to sell, just place it in this box here. I'll come by during the night to collect it. That's very nice of you, Lewis, but I'm not sure I want you creeping on my farm every night. That's kinda creepy. Well, good luck. Not only that, but you do it after 2 in the morning. I mean, seriously, who's even up at that time? Okay, so now we are at day 1 on the farm. Alright. So this is the main menu that you go into. So to get here, I would play on PC because this game works just a little bit better on PC than it does on regular. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the menu just a little bit so that everybody knows kind of how it works. And then we will end this episode and we will start with day 1 for episode 2. Now, here is your backpack. That's where all your stuff is. You also get your current funds, your total earnings, and on here, of course, I haven't earned anything on the farm. This is the money I saved up before I came to the farm. And that's my farm name. This is me. I can put rings, boots, and hat in here. Also could change my clothes, although I never do. But maybe when we get into year 3, maybe I'll be changing my clothes around. Anyway, these are the basic tools that you get to start off with. They all have their uses, and they're all very useful. And let's see. Okay, here's your skills. Your farming, mining, foraging, fishing, and combat skills. You build these skills up throughout the game, and the higher they get, the better you get at those skills. When you get to these, you get special additions to how good you are or how you deal with those things. And then here is people that you've met. So you've met Robin and Lewis, or I've met Robin and Lewis now, and then we have all of these people who have not been met yet. As you can see, single is underneath some of them. That just means that they're people that you could marry. Me being a straight white male, I will not be going after any of the boys. I will only be going after the girls. And we will get their happiness up high fairly quick, because there's an event that we want to make sure that they're happy enough for that they'll dance with me. And that's at the end of this, towards the end of the spring. So in Stardew Valley there are 4 seasons, and they are basically 28 days long. So your seasons are about a month long, which means your year is only about 4 months. Um, and this is the map of Stardew. Here's the farm over here. This is the forest down here. These are just the basics. This is the mountain up here. This is the mountain lake. The mine is up here. This is the town. And this is the beach over here. So that's the basics of the map. And then you've got your crafting, and this is all that I can craft right now. You'll get more crafting supplies as you get your levels up, and also you get crafting recipes from other places as well. And this is your collections. So what you've this one is what you've sold. So see items shipped. That means that they've been put in the shipping bin, not that. So if you sell them to one of the shops in town, they don't go into here. They go in, you just get the money for them. This is the fish that you've caught. It's not necessarily the fish that you sell. This is the fish you caught. So this one's shipped. This one's fish. Then you've got artifacts, and these are artifacts that you found, and it will also give you a little information. Well, we'll go to that in a minute. Then there's the minerals. There's the recipes. The minerals are a lot like the artifacts, so they're just which ones you find. And the recipes are things that you learn how to cook. To start with, you learn how to cook fried egg, and there's a whole load of other recipes that you need to learn. And I think there's even added recipes now that they didn't have before the 1.5 expansion. These are achievements. These stars will fill in. There's also several hidden achievements that will show up. So that'll be there. And then this is mail letters that you've received. As you go through the game, you'll get letters, and they'll go in here. I think that might be where the secret notes go to. Okay, and then this is your settings. So these are settings that you might want to look into. So I always click always show tool hit location. That gives you a little red box around where you're actually going to hit. It's really useful, especially on a computer, because that means that you can mark which one you're shooting at. This is show advanced crafting information. That means that on this crafting tab, you'll have more information as to how many you've created or whatnot with these. So if I build a chest, it will actually show you've built one chest. And then the sounds. I turn the sounds down. I don't know if they were too loud for you, but they get way too loud for me. So I turn them all down quite a bit. And you still can hear them. You can still hear them quite well, actually. Hopefully they weren't overpowering me when I was loading up, but I guess I'll have to get that in post or figure that out in post. So the UI scale, this UI scale is the things around here. And I like to make them smaller, because the smaller they are, the less they inhibit your board. 85 is pretty good, 80 is good. We could probably go all the way down to 75 actually. But I think that's a little smaller than I want. So I've turned them down before, and I'm still getting used to them being small. But I do like that they're not in the way of stuff. So we're going to turn it down to 80. The menu backgrounds, it does this for your menu when you're in the menu. I don't like that. I would rather be able to see my stuff around. Not only that, but it makes it so you can go onto here and see, okay, how much energy do I have while you're paused? Because when you have the menu up, this menu up, you are paused. So the lock toolbars, I don't know what that does. Don't really care. I don't really need it. It might be that this, I don't know. It doesn't matter too much. Then zoom, I am going to zoom way far out. This is so that I can see forageables out all over around. Now, is it necessary? No, it's not necessarily. You can play close up, and so that you can see your character. You can even do a real close up. But then you're going to have a hard time seeing what's around you. I'd recommend either staying on 100 or zooming out so that you can see more area. And I zoom out as far as it can just to make sure that I can see everything. Snow transparency, I don't usually mess with that. No real need to. Hardware cursor, it just changes your cursor. I don't like the hardware cursor. I'd rather stay with the traditional Stardew Valley cursor. Now, as far as keys, you can change whatever keys you want. I only have one that I like to change, and that's the shift toolbars. So that one I set to space. And then there was one other one that I saw someone else change, but I'm not sure which one it was. I wouldn't mind changing this map one though, since I never use the M for the map. But then too, I usually just pull up this and then go into the map there. So I think we're probably good with just that one. And this is for when you're going to exit title or exit desktop. So when you're leaving the game. Okay, well, that's it for today. And that's it for this video. We're going to stop here. I will see you guys in the next one.